This is Eric Riker. I'm John Kilpatrick. We're with Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And this is, right now we want to look at a very basic Aikido exercise that a lot of people say, well, this is just showmanship, it's stupid. But it's Unbendable Arm. And there are different ways of doing this. The way I like, because your partner can exert a lot more force on you, is to put your hand on your partner's shoulder with your palm up. And palm up is very important. If you have your palm down and the person presses on your elbow, you could get your elbow broken. So palm up is very important. And so the way this was taught, and then he tries to bend your arm. And this is usually pretty easy to do. And so you do Unbendable Arm where he can't bend your arm. And the way I was taught this is you imagine ki, or really they say imagine your arm as a water hose, and water is flowing up and flowing out your arm and out your hand. And the flow of water or the flow of ki makes the arm stiff so that it can't be bent. So this is the explanation. So I'll be here, and he's pressing down on this, and he presses, and I try to imagine this chi flowing, and this is Unbendable Arm. Well, doing it this way, following these instructions, I worked on this about 8 years to get where I could do it. And I finally got where I could do it really well. You can do it a little, you know, but to get where I was really good at it took about 8 years. And so then I built me a piece of equipment I could measure the forces and see what was happening. And I wasn't getting any stronger. I had the same strength I'd had all along. So then I had to figure out what's happening. And it's obvious that he's getting weak. I'm not getting strong. So what I realized is happening is that when he goes to bend my arm, I push him backwards like this. And pushing him backwards breaks his structure. And without structure, he can't push very hard. Now, the reason for telling you to imagine the water hose is that when you do it that way, you don't know what you're doing. You just you're imagining it, you don't realize that you're actually pushing on the guy, and you don't push very much, so that your partner doesn't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing. And this is like everything in martial arts. You want to hide what you're really doing, and that way your partner can't figure out how to counter you. So we want to make this very subtle so that he can't feel it. So he presses, and I'm subtle here, and he can't feel me pushing on him. So it doesn't occur to him to just step back and make me fall on my face or something. So the key to this is that Unbendable Arm is breaking structure. You don't need you don't need chi or ki or anything like that. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but they don't have anything to do with this exercise.